Florida, and I am based out here in Orlando, Florida. And what I do is I am a senior care consultant. So I help people find assisted living for their loved ones, for themselves, and I'm a free service. So I love being a resource for people. I'm actually within the first couple of weeks of starting my own business. And I was working in the same industry, doing the exact same thing under a franchise owner. And that's changed as of like July 1st. And I really think that part of this change and part of me being able to be a business owner and do all of these things was because of the 10K Club. My mindset has changed. The way I do things has changed. I hadn't practiced manifesting or visualizing other than like in like sports and athletics ever before. And I think that just having a group of women who are like-minded, having Elyse who just is so supportive, but also like knows when to tell you what you need to change, which is helpful. It's really, really helpful.
I would never do that, Sierra. I would never kick you in the butt.
You know what? I like it. I think it's very helpful. And I think that's what took me to that next level of becoming a businesswoman. And while it's been scary and limiting beliefs have shown up, it's been so amazing having support from not only Elyse, but having support from other women and being able to be like, hey, what's like, I'm feeling this way. Can you help me work through it? I think that it's just been so transformational for me.
Well, I've loved seeing your transformation, and I know so many women in this group today can relate to a lot of your story. And I'd love if you just want to share, Sierra, to start, like, why did you decide to join the 10K Club in the first place?
Okay, well, there's a lot to unpack here. So initially, I was like, I need to make more money, and that was really the initial like, I need to work with somebody who can help me make money. And there was not as much substance behind it. And this is actually my second 90 days. I signed up twice now because I feel like this group has changed me so much and so much for the better. So the first time, I think I was in it for, very like surface level reasons. I mean, money's great. Money comes to us easily, but that's the main reason. The second time, I had seen some movement. I had seen some changes in my mindset. I'd seen some changes just in my life in general. And I was like, I want more of it. I want to continue growing and changing. I want to transform. And I did have some hesitation. I want to be very upfront and honest. Financially, I'm younger, and I had this limiting belief that money was going to be hard to come by. Money was going to be an issue to afford this. And I'm not looking at it as, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose money. I'm investing to build more and to bring more in and to really just change my life. So while I was hesitating a little bit, like I knew that as soon as I had said like I want to do it and a limiting belief showed up, it was more important that I wanted it than any other thing that was showing up, because it has paid itself back, and it's amazing that it's paid itself back. And yeah, I love this group.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's one of the things that I really love about your story, Sierra. And like, I relate to that personally. I've shared a lot of my own journey this week of like coming from a lot of background of limiting beliefs around money. And to hear you even say now, like, money flows freely. And I know you and Chris, your partner, like, you all talk about that and just the transformation in terms of understanding of money and how it works. When I see you and what you've done, also launching your own business, which congratulations, it's super inspiring. So I think one thing that would be, one thing I'd love to is like, what would you say is the biggest transformation for you now that you're in your second 90 days of the 10K Club? Like, I feel like there's so many with you, but and I don't know that I've ever asked you this, but what would you say is that biggest transformation that you've had?
I think honestly, my biggest transformation would have to be my mentality. Um, it's not just changed my business. And I think a lot of times, especially when I signed up initially, it was all about business for me. And this group has changed my mindset that in a way that's changed my life. My like Elyse just said, my boyfriend Chris, him and I use the language that we use in the 10K club all the time. Like it's changed our relationship. It's changed the way I look at my body image. You know, as a woman, we have these horrible like things that we're told. And I'm, you know, I look in the mirror sometimes and I'm like, oh, I wish this was this way or this was that way. And I've actually changed myself to a point where every time I have any judgment on myself, I try to find two things to compliment myself about because I'm worth it. I try to bring that queen and goddess energy into everyday life. And I think the mentality aspect has really been the biggest change I've noticed.
Oh my gosh, Sierra, I love that so much. I love that so much. And then final question for you, what would you, if someone is considering joining and they're not sure if they want to apply or not, what would you say? What would be your piece of advice?
I would say the biggest thing that I've learned in all of these 90 days is to trust your gut. If your gut is pulling you even a little bit, trust those nudges. Like we are so intuitive as women, and like I felt that urge to sign up the second time, and I was worried about money, and I was like, you know what? I want this. I deserve this. I'm going to make this work. So that's my advice.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, I love getting to work with you. I love the woman you are. I'm so grateful for you. And thank you so much for sharing that and
Thank
sharing.
you.
Yes.